And I suppose while we're here, we could check out a couple of points of interest. The first one that I usually like to go to is the clothing shop, which is over here. They have lots of nice clothing stuff. Most of it's fairly cheap, too. Even the good armor in the back. I think, what's that, 200, 250? Oh yeah, we're buying this stuff. This is why we have money. Also, if you never got the warm doublet, you can buy one here, and I believe it's also available on the Great Plateau as well. If you happen to miss it, you can still get it for free. I don't know if I want to buy these. I guess not. I mean, there really isn't any reason to. So let's see, we got 4 defense, 4 defense. I think I might keep the bandana on anyway. I don't know, we'll wear this as a change of pace, I suppose. See, did I get anything worth selling? Maybe? Amber and opal, sure. So this knight's armor is pretty good, at least for this point in the game. And also, if you're interested in it, there is a dye shop over here, which lets you change the color of your clothing. Now, I'm not sure if I have the resources to do it, because you do need to use certain items to dye your clothing a certain color. But I don't remember, like, what color I want to use. I mean, I really like the way Crimson looks, but I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have the materials to do it. But this is where you can change the color of your clothing. It's unfortunate. Well, I didn't mean to cancel out of it. I still do want to use it. So let me see what colors I have available to me. Do I have green? I want to do something different. Yes, I can. Okay, I think I absolutely have to use those. Sure. Just for the sake of showing it off. I don't know, I think it's funny. So now we have green armor, which looks even weirder than I thought it would. You know, I never really paid attention to this. I wonder what this is supposed to be made to represent. Interesting. We see these little torches all over the place. And I think we're supposed to get it started from over here? Is it over here? Or is it further up? I don't remember. It's somewhere nearby. There it is. The problem, I believe we're going to have to drop something to get this. I don't think I have any... I could probably use this as a makeshift torch. I would have preferred not to. I guess we can. I'm not sure how long this would last, though. But the idea is, we're taking this all the way up to where you see the smoke coming out of up there. Just trust me, it's a thing we want to do. Oh, I thought I would be able to make it across that. Maybe not. Is that where the torch is? Why is there a rusty broadsword on the floor? Who put that there? I didn't. Well, you know what we could do? We could do something a little bit more creative. Because who says you actually need to use a torch? Now, if I knew where the rest of these were from memory, I could probably just do that all the way up. But unfortunately, I don't remember where they are. I'm also not sure if I can just climb this by foot without having to climb it. Can I? I can. Good. That makes things a little easier. Usually, if you see grass or moss growing on a slope, that means that you can just walk up the slope. Which is handy to remember, but only when you're actually just walking with a torch. In pretty much every other scenario, it's not really that important. I suppose if you're just trying to climb the slope, for whatever reason... Why did you grab the tree? I just walked up to it naturally, and he, for whatever reason, thought it was a good idea to grab it. But it's usually good to know, or to always have a sense of what kind of slope you would be able to climb versus, just be able to walk up. Because as you can imagine, keeping your stamina while you're trying to climb a steep slope is a very delicate balance. You never want to lose your stamina while you're trying to climb a steep slope, simply because you'll just drop straight down to the bottom. So it's always a good idea to maintain your stamina as well as you can, and if there happens to be a shallow enough slope that you don't necessarily need to climb it, then it's usually best to just walk or sprint up rather than trying to climb it. Maybe not sprint it, but yeah, I mean, you get what I mean. Just try to prolong your climb as long as possible, because you never know how much stamina you'll need. So now we have this as a travel point. It's one of the few non-shrine/tower travel points that we have. But it's time to see the person that Impa was telling us to meet. How could you possibly remember me? You're a child. I'm 100 years old. Yes, that was me. Sure you are, little girl. Well, you seem to have a pretty strong idea of what's going on despite your age. I dyed my clothing, that's what changed. You're a child. I wouldn't believe you even if you were telling the truth. Come on. Logical conclusion. It's a fact. Hello? Sure you do. Alright, we won't read your diary. Got it. Yeah, when in Rome. Interesting. Maybe this little girl has more of an idea of what she's doing than I give her credit for. Or maybe she just happened to inherit all this fancy technology and was told how to do it by her mother, who knows. Either way, we have a camera now, so if you want to take a selfie, you can do that. And I mean that 100% seriously, this game has a selfie function. I won't be using it, but the option is there if you want to use it. And now we have a Sheikah sensor, which will allow us to track down where all of the shrines are. So if we start walking in the direction of a shrine we haven't found yet, the shrine radar will start making an annoying beeping sound that nobody wants to hear, so I'll be turning it off. Because why would we use useful functions? Now, all of these functions that they add are pretty interesting, and you actually have to take a picture of Purah in order to advance the main quest storyline. It's kinda silly, but it's very easy to forget to do. Like, if you're in the middle of a race, and you're just, oh, okay, I talk to Purah, and then I get all the stuff that I need, and then I leave. No, you actually have to take a picture of her and show her the picture, otherwise it does not advance the quest. It's silly. Very easy to forget. But there are also about a dozen or so pictures that were restored to our camera's function as well. So it'll be interesting to figure out exactly what's connected with those 12 pictures. And I believe Purah is telling us to go back to Hateno Village and Impa, who may have an idea of what those pictures are for. And Purah will also give us the option with certain ancient materials to enhance our... Do I have enough of those, actually? I might. Let me think. I might actually have enough to upgrade them all. So let's see. I think I actually have enough to do all of these. Okay, so tell you what, I'll upgrade whichever ones I can, and then you'll just see the animation once, and I'll show you how much I have for. Sound good? Sounds good. Because there's no reason for you to have to sit through this more than once, right? Of course not. Well, that's the Sheikah Sensor Plus. So I didn't mention the fact, if you use the camera to take a picture of something, like a material, or a creature, or an enemy, it'll register it to the compendium, and now that we have the Sheikah Sensor Plus, it'll allow us to do a search for those the same way it would allow us to search for shrines. Which is really convenient. So let's see, what else can we upgrade? So for 3 ancient shafts, we're allowed to upgrade our remote bombs, which basically just lowers the cooldown time and strengthens the explosion. Pretty much what you would expect it to do. Oh, right, I need a 3rd ancient core for stasis. That's unfortunate. Oh well. So now that we have our... Let me think. We have our remote bomb plus, we have the camera. One thing I did want to do... How do I turn the sensor off again? Sheikah sensor off. Good. One thing I guess I wanted to show off before we leave is where the... what's it called? The goddess statue is in Hateno Village. Because like, for the longest time I had no idea that there was even a goddess statue in Hateno Village. I guess I just never walked over to it. I think it's either up here or it's up there. By the cooking pot? If I remember? Or the fire, there it is. For the longest time I had no idea this was here, despite knowing that there was one of these in pretty much every other settlement in the game. I mean, we could have just as easily gotten this from Kakariko Village, which is where we're going to be going back to anyway, and it would have been easier and less time for me to get that one. But where's the fun in that? We know where it is already. I also like the name of the shrine, Talo Neg. I believe it's a reference to the farmers in Ocarina of Time, like Talon, and maybe, was it Talon Egg? Like Talon, I guess. It made more sense in my head before I said anything. But anyway, now that we have the camera working again and we have these pictures, maybe Impa could tell us a little more about what the pictures mean. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? So basically, Impa is telling us that Zelda probably took those pictures, and maybe visiting those areas will give us a little insight as to what their relationship was like. I'm just trying to think, because they're scattered about all over the place, depending on which picture you want to look at. And I do know where pretty much all of them are, but some of them are more out of their way than others, and I'd rather not show off every single one of them. But I do at least want to show off one. I'm just not sure which one I would like to go to. I think it might be best for me to just... Well, we've been nearby there, maybe. You know, let's see if we can take a ride over there. Why not? We've been in the area before. You can usually get an idea as to where the particular photo was taken based on what the photo actually looks like. Because a lot of times they'll have some kind of indication as to, do I want to buy arrows from you? I don't know, maybe. Also, if you have a beetle in your inventory, he will always ask you this stupid question. And it bothers me every time he does. I think I'll hold on to my money now. I have plenty of arrows. So now the question is going to be finding the nearest bridge that crosses back over the river to get to Hyrule Field. So I won't be going after all of the memories. I think that's the bridge. But you can usually get an indication from the picture where it may be. So you can see this one has... You see the castle in the background. It looks like this is off the main road leading directly to the castle. You see a bunch of columns. I forget, is the bridge behind the rocks? No, it's over here, that's fine. So our goal is going to basically be to seek out an area that looks like that. And then maybe if we get close enough to it, we'll be able to jar Link's memory. So It looked like it was behind a set of trees, like there was a set of trees between the castle and the memory. Maybe it was this set of trees. Maybe it was the one over there. But we can't forget that this is also Hyrule Field. This is the place where we were being chased by those spiders all over. So we'll probably have to take a little bit of care when traveling through here. I usually forget precisely where these locations are, but I have a general idea, and that's really all that matters most of the time. Not all the time. Sometimes it's not enough. Down there, over here. I don't think it's too far off the main road. There's a spider over there. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's through here. Nothing wrong with doing a little exploring. The problem is we don't have anything worthwhile to find in the middle of the field, from what I recall. Okay, well that's not... Oh, that's a tree. I don't think he's going to leave us alone. I'll tell you what, you hide here. I'll see if I can spot it from the hill. I don't think he'll chase us up the hill. You should be able to spot it from here. You don't see me. You should be able to spot it from up here, I would think. So the castle's up there. Should be down here somewhere. I can usually guess based on the geography. Not sure why this is giving me trouble. I don't remember having much difficulty finding it. There's the stable where we started. I feel like it should be over there. I remember it being concealed in the forest somewhere. But I don't think it's too far towards the other side either. It might be back there. But he's in the way. You don't see me. I'm not sure. I'm almost tempted to try to take that thing out. I don't really want to. I might have to. I mean, we have the tools to do it. Sure. Why not? Why not do something interesting? I don't know if I want to waste a bomb arrow. So you can break these things' legs. It helps in immobilizing them, but you have to make sure you do it before they run away from you. And then you can just kind of wail on them. Because this guy's not going to be able to do anything from that position. And of course they drop a lot of goodies. If this thing dropped a core, we're in business. Hey, it dropped a core. We can get the new stasis upgrade too. That works. Alright, where's our horse? You're on the other side of the rock. I think so. Looks like it's coming though. Trying to come. Oh, there it is. Alright, well at least now that the spider's gone, we can explore this place freely. I guess I'll switch back to the weaker bow. The Guardians really aren't all that difficult to deal with, and there's an even easier way to deal with them that I just prefer not to show off. I forgot that was there. I mean, I guess we could fight him too, but there's no reason to. I don't think it was this far away. I'm pretty sure it wasn't this far away. It had to have been closer by. It looks like it would be in this vicinity. Due south of the castle, wherever that happens to be. Are we due south of the castle? Oh no, I guess we'll go over this way then. You don't see me. That's another spider. That is another spider. Maybe it's over there. You do see me. You're not going to leave me alone. We might actually have to deal with this guy. Oh, I thought I got him in the eye. I was also hoping to get the slow motion shot when I jumped off the horse, but for whatever reason it didn't trigger. I did press the button for it. Hopefully it's not too much of a setback. It doesn't look like it. Alright, so maybe we'll try to avoid this spider. The game really doesn't want us to go in this one particular area. That much seems obvious. So let's make our way around. I guess this place was further west than I realized it was. I thought it was on the other side. It feels like we spent most of the game in this one particular area of Hyrule Field, just going all the way across the center. You can still see all the same landmarks that we've been to, some that we haven't. Okay, it's gotta be somewhere nearby. Is it in there? Might be in there. The problem is the castle looks very similar regardless of what angle you approach it from, and it's difficult to judge which side it is that you're looking at when you only see it from a 2D still image. Maybe there are certain things in there that make it easier to identify what side you're on, and I'm just not I'm just not keen on what those details are. Did I miss that one too? I swear it's here somewhere. Apple? I just want an apple, come on. It's got to be around here somewhere. I don't know why this is taking so long for me to find. I guess it's not on this side. It wouldn't be with the rocks in the way. Alright, if it's not this set of trees, I'm at a loss. I don't remember that rock formation being there in the picture. This looks like the right place, though. Oh, you know what? I'm curious. Let's trigger this here. And let's see what happens when the cutscene ends. I'm very curious.
Hero of Hyrule, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. You have shown unflinching bravery and skill in the face of darkness and adversity, and have proven yourself worthy of the blessings of the goddess Hylia. Whether skyward bound, adrift in time, or steeped in the glowing embers of twilight, the sacred blade is forever bound to the soul of the hero. We pray for your protection, and we hope that the two of you will grow stronger together as one. Forged in the long distant past, the sword.
Gee, this is uplifting. She's making it sound like we already lost.
Wasn't this your idea? You're the one who wanted to designate the appointed night with all the ceremonial pomp, grandeur, and nonsense we could muster. And if you ask me, the whole thing does seem to be overkill. I think I'm on the same page as the princess regarding this boy.
Oh, give it a rest. That boy is a living reminder of her own failures. Well, at least that's how the princess sees him.
Poor Link can't have anything. Neither can Zelda. What a shame. Just let a guy have his day, will ya? Now, where were we? We were dying. That's right. Let's not die. I tell you what, Oreo, Hey Oreo, you like spiders, right? Sure you do. Wait. Are you not going to see me because I'm hiding behind the horse? Are you really not going to see me because I'm hiding behind the horse? You really do not see me behind the horse! Amazing! Alright, Oreo, I was perfectly content to leave you here to make friends with the spider, but it doesn't look like the spider wants to be friends with you. So go make friends. I mean, we already know that the Guardians can't see you behind solid objects, but I didn't realize that the game would actually realize that the horse was also an opaque object that could not be seen through. And it did actually recognize it. I swear, this is the game that just keeps on giving. Anyway, we got our first memory back, I think. And for turning that in, Impa will give us the Champion's Tunic. So this is actually quite a nice piece of equipment in that it will allow us to see the enemy's health points when we wear it. So this, I mean, I guess it's not the most fashionable choice of equipment in terms of color scheme and whatnot, but I suppose it'll do. And before we head off, I guess I'll just go underneath the house and get some shrooms. No reason not to. And I think that'll do it for me for now. My only objective for this particular session was to go to Kakariko, Hateno, and back. Get the... Oh, you know what? I could go get the upgraded stasis rune while I'm thinking about it, since we got that core off the spider. I never remember to turn this thing in, even though it's one of the most useful runes in the game. But now that we have a third ancient core, we can upgrade our stasis rune. Now, unlike the Sheikah sensor, which we really don't have any use for if we know what we're doing, and bombs which are still pretty weak anyway, the upgraded stasis rune not only has a lower cooldown time, but one of the things we couldn't do with stasis before that we can do now is freeze enemies. Boy, is this a useful technique in combat. But I believe that's going to do it for this episode. So this is UniversalGiant, and next time... where is it? Next time, we'll figure out which of the 4 flashing areas you guys wanted to see me do first. Until then,